Good day everyone. Today we will talk about report writing across discipline. Reporting is a very important skill not only in school but also in many different fields such as science, business, education, and journalism. No matter what discipline or subject area you are in, being able to write or present a clear and organized report help you communicate information effectively. So, what is report writing? Report writing is the process of presenting information in a structured, factual, and objective manner. It involves gathering facts, analyzing them, and then communicating the results to others. In short, when you report, you are telling what happened, what you found out, or what you learned based on a real information. Let's say, for example, in journalism. Reporters create news reports to inform the public about current events. Let's say the earthquake struck at 6:45 p.m. in affected nearby cities. That report is meant to inform, not to entertain or persuade. It should be objective, accurate, and easy to understand.
So now that we know what report writing means, let's move on to its purpose or the main reason why is it important. So first, report writing is used to inform people about what happened, what we discovered, or what the result of something is. For example, if there's a project or experiment, we write a report to share what we found out. Next, reports also help us study and explain data. Di lang kay numbers or information raw, but we need to interpret it, like what it means or what it happened. It helps others understand the result better. Then, reports can also be used to give suggestions or recommend actions. If there's a problem or issues, the report can include ideas on what to do next or how to fix it. And lastly, reports are made to record progress or activities. This is important para makita ang mga nahuman na and also to have proof or reference of what's been done, especially in school or work. So overall, the purpose of report writing is to share information clearly, explain data, and give solutions and keep records. It helps people understand what's going on and make better decisions.
So, good day everyone. I am John Krishna Lavador. So today, we're going to tackle about the features of a good report. So there are four. So first, we're going to tackle about the clear and concise explanation. So a report is clear and concise when it delivers information directly and avoids unnecessary words. So this helps the readers easily understand the main points without confusion. So example, instead of writing due to the fact that the weather condition was extremely unfavorable, the event was postponed to another date. Instead, you can write the event was postponed because of bad weather. So that was the example of clear and concise explanation. So next, we'll go to the well-structured. So a well-structured report follows a logical orders and is divided into sections such as introduction, body, and conclusion. So this organization helps the reader follow the flow of information easily. So example, introduction, purpose of the survey. So body, findings, the data, and conclusions, summary and recommendations. So next, we'll go to objective and accurate. So a report is objective and accurate when it represents facts, data, or evidence instead of personal opinions or emotions. So it should show what is true and supported by information, not what the writer thinks or feels. So example, this is factual. The experiment produced bubbles when vinegar was added to baking soda. So that was factual. And this is the opinion, or not objective. So the experiment was fun and exciting. So yeah, that was the example of objective and accurate. So next, we'll go to adaptable across disciplines. So, reports are adaptable because they can be written for different fields like education, business, science, or community issues. So the structure stays the same, but the content changes depending on the purpose. So example, academic report, um, research on study habits of students. So business report, sales performance of a company. Science report, results of a chemical experiment. So that's all. Thank you.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. My name is Dion Alfisis Bino. I'm from Group 9, also known as Tropaniquini, and today's report is about types of report across discipline. First, academic reports. Used in schools or universities. They explain what student or researchers studied. Example, a report about how plants grow faster with sunlight. Purpose: to share what you learned or found out through study or research. Second, business reports used in studies or companies. They help managers make decisions. Example, a store about how many toys a store sold within this month. Purpose: to show if the business is doing well or needs to improve. Lastly, scientific reports used by scientists and researchers. They record, examine experiments, and found out results or more discoveries. Example, a report about testing which liquid makes ice melt faster. Purpose: to explain what they did, what happened, and what they learned from the experiment.
So next we have social reports. These are reports that talks about social issues, community projects, or social research. In simple terms, social reports are used when we want to describe or study problems in society, like poverty, bullying, gender equality, or mental health awareness. For example, if students do a community cleanup project, they can make a social report to show what they did, why is it important, and how it helped the community. And last, we have progress or activity reports. These are reports used to track the progress of a project or activity. It shows what has been done so far and still needs to be done. For example, if your group is working on a research paper, a progress report can show how much you've finished, like chapter 1 is done but chapter 2 is still ongoing. Or even in school events, like intramurals or class programs. The officers can make an activity report to show the program preparation, the outcome, and what they learned after the event. So it's basically a way to monitor the work and update others about what's happening. So those are the 5 types of reports across disciplines.
The fourth one will be structure of reports, common elements across fields. Most reports, regardless of discipline, follows a similar structure. This means that most reports, no matter what subjects or field they belong to, like science, business, education, or social studies, they usually have the same main sections or parts. Even though the topics of reports may be different, the way they organize follows a similar pattern. This is done so that the reader can easily understand the purpose, process, results, and conclusion of any reports. So, whether you are writing a scientific report about an experiment, a business report about company performance, or a research report about social behavior, you will still include part like the title page, introductions, methods, findings, conclusions, and references. So first will be the title page. So it includes the title, author, date, and sometimes institution or organization. So in this title page, this is the first page of a report. It shows the basic information about the report, such as the title, what the report is about. Next is the author, the person who wrote the report. Next will be the date, when the report was written or submitted. Lastly, the institution or organization. It is sometimes included, where the author studies or works. So next will be the introduction. It presents the background, purpose, and scope of the report. So in this introduction, this section introduces the topic of your report. It explains the background, why the topic is important or what led to it. Next will be the purpose, what the report aims to find out or explain. Lastly, the scope, what the report will cover and what it won't. So next will be the method or the body. It describes how data was collected and presents the discussion or analysis. In this method or body, this is the main part of your report. It includes how data was collected, like surveys, research, interviews, or experiments. While the discussion or analysis, it explaining what their data means and what you discovered.
After explaining the methods used, we now move on to the next part, the findings or results, where we present what we have discovered from the process. Findings or results present the main outcomes of the study. It shows the outcomes of your research, experiments, or investigations. These sections usually includes tables, chart, or figures to make the results clearer. The next, the conclusions and recommendations. Conclusions and recommendations summarizes key points and suggest actions. It answers the main questions and explain what the findings mean. The recommendations suggest actions or solutions based on the conclusions. This part shows your understanding and practical suggestion. And the last, references and appendices. List sources and supporting materials. The references section lists all the sources you use in your report, like such as books, articles, websites, or research paper. And the appendices include extra materials such as graphs, raw data, questionnaires, or photos that support your report. To sum up, a report is best written and follows a clear structure. This structure helps organize ideas, present facts clearly, and make the report easy to read and understand. That's